Area 407 is a dinosaur horror movie. The movie is about these sisters and they are recording. Man, I am just on a found footage binge. So, yes, we're through found footage and they're on an airplane. Airplane takes off. Everything is gravy till they hit some turbulence and they crash. So, unfortunately, only the back half survives, and they are in this unknown area, and they're just like, what's happening? We survived. They're all beat up. They're just glad to be alive. It's just chaotic. And this dude's like, look, I got to go find my wife. She was in the front of the plane. Other guy goes with her. Boom, bada bing. And the guy that goes to look for his wife comes back without the other dude that went and followed him, and he's just like, everyone in the front's dead, and there's this giant creature out there killing things. So they all just try to stay at the back of the plane till the flight stewardess gets murdered by this creature, and just panic sets in. They run to this building and they're being chased by this creature. Yeah, and they're wondering where help is because they crashed and there should be a SOS and people should be coming to help them. And they notice that this vehicle comes and it's this armed guy and he's like all weird and he ends up eventually dipping off when he sees the creature. And it's just the survivors basically trying to get rescued while also escaping whatever's following them. And at the very end, the government wins because you find out it's a government facility that they crashed in, and for some reason, there's dinosaurs. It was dinosaurs. It was a velociraptor. They don't really show it too much, but there are like quick flashes of it, and like it's dinosaur like throughout the whole movie. And then at the very end, it's just some horrible, not, I wouldn't say the CGI was horrible, but how they edited the CGI in the film was horrible, as it just looked like he was floating like a T-Rex, and then it's like dinosaurs or whatever. But government, classic. So yeah, my review to Area 407, and oh man, this movie wasn't good. Honestly, ooh, this wasn't good. So it's the one girl who's recording, and she's supposed to be 15, which honestly, I didn't even realize she was supposed to be a little girl. I thought she was just some ditzy blonde. Just the acting wasn't there, but also the director directing her to act the way she was just didn't make sense. As okay, she's this 15-year-old, but she's acting like she's like this 8-year-old girl. And it just was like weird. Like, it really made me think at one point that maybe this girl was like, she had like special needs or something. Like, no lie, like I think that was something that was a part of her character, but they never say it. Who knows? Regardless, I just thought it was weird that she was acting the way she was, and she was easily the most annoying character. The acting wasn't good. That really made no sense to throw that dinosaur in the end. When it was on film, the CGI on him didn't look bad, but like I said, he looked like he was floating. When I rewinded it to like rewatch it, because it just kind of looked off, like the steps didn't look like they were on the ground but in the air. It was just weird why they even added that, because that's money you had to spend to put that in the film and to get that made. Just completely weird, especially when the other stuff wasn't even that bad. The story just, man, it was okay. It wasn't horrible. Really makes no sense why there was dinosaurs, but whatever. Yeah, just really, it was just the super shitty acting. Like, everybody's yelling. The direction was just horrible. Honestly, the most annoying dude, it was like Charlie. I think his name was Charlie or something. He was like the big heavy set white guy. He was easily the best actor there, and he was like the most well written character. But he was like the one you hated. But yeah, and the blood was halfway decent. Like honestly, if it wasn't for the blood and the halfway decent plane crash prop, man, I'm not gonna lie. A little spoiler here. This would be a skip. Like the movie kind of gave me a headache, and like they really just don't all at all show you the creature. Like not even like at all, because it was definitely like a velociraptor. Also, with like the T-Rex in the end, I'm pretty sure it was like a T-Rex with the CGI. Just like the sizing was off. Like he looked, man, it was just bad. Like it didn't look proportional to like the outside world. Like I don't know. But I did kind of like the end, which is a spoiler in the sense that the government is like they kill everybody that was alive to make sure, you know, no noise gets out about dinosaurs. I don't know. Regardless, I really just didn't like this movie. It seemed like it had potential, but just very, very bad casting. And maybe not. Maybe these people weren't bad actors and it was just the director and how the characters were written. Man, yeah, because that girl was annoying. I couldn't stand it. It was like hard to watch. But man, that doesn't happen too often. But yeah, nonetheless, my recommendation for Area 407, and this movie was definitely in the skip for a while, but there is a couple of things that aren't bad, like the props to the crane crash, and the blood. The blood was pretty good, and I liked Charlie. He was super annoying. You wanted him to die, and then he just had like some super in-depth character development for absolutely no reason. He just redeems himself, and then yeah, like kind of the story was halfway decent in a sense, but really didn't make no sense. With the dinosaurs, they just do not explain it. But nonetheless, this to get to the point, this is not recommended. I would not recommend watching Area 407. Like, it's not bad enough to be a skip, but it was literally lingering on that, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, you could definitely go without watching